Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of Hex Futures. I'm Eco Builder. I also do Hex Foodies, which is now renamed Hex Guild. Finbear often does that with me. Right now, we are just sort of like sit ins for what the future holds. We are Hexicans. We like the cryptocurrency Hex. You can find it at hex.com. I always do this Tuesday taco. Get your tacos out, hold them high. I always do this on Tuesday in order to route meetup.com people over here. And so what's been going on is cryptocurrency has been introduced to the populace. Over in Austin, they've been talking about the fads. And so in cryptocurrency, there's an ever-going Bitcoin argument. And then what would be better on top of Bitcoin? What's up? Oh no, it's J Soul. What's up, J Soul? Hold your tacos high. So like what is the next fad? What is going to make people money? That's what people are worried about. People move with the movements, right? The movements are caused by the computer guy does get text messages from me. I get so fucking rugged with this machine. So this machine was built in order to capture with cameras all the activity that was happening inside of this space for one event. And every time I use this computer at like minute 6 or minute 10, it just shuts off. For all the people that are in the Austin area and know that I'm late, I was supposed to start at 6 p.m. Our local time. I apologize. If you have any questions, please enter them into the chat. What I was saying is that this group or this cast that I'm doing right now, it's meant to entertain these people down in Austin who have gotten into Bitcoin or an NFT recently. And I'm trying to show them the better route of crypto. And earlier, I was trying to show them the better route of crypto before it was that they sunk any money into NFTs and then lost it because NFTs were a recent fad. I'm just fine with people upholding the arguments of NFTs have their place. It's just that whenever I see tweets about a 13 Ethereum bottom, which is really interesting jargon that they've created inside of the space in order to make their shit sell worthy. So I've got a buddy that helped me set up this space. He's a great painter and welder. He might come knocking on the door here pretty soon. I was just checking out Thothchild's stream that he did earlier today with Finbear. Finbear and I do a stream together, Hex Foodies. What's up, Taurus? What's up, Hex on Air? So these guys were doing some stuff earlier for a long time, I think, and I was just watching Hexray Vision's latest thing where he sat down with one of the neighborhood kids who is had grown up with his kids, I guess. And this guy had gone off to China and spent some time over there. And he's now hired by like 2 different cryptocurrency companies who are trying to do God knows what. But yeah, I was just in the process of listening to that stream that happened, I think, earlier today. Hexray Vision, he came down to Texas with his, what I like to call land whale, where it's, something large enough to live inside of. I don't know how long it took him or how much expense it was, it guzzling whatever it had to. I personally have been looking at traveling myself. And so I'm not much of a planner, but I looked at some plane flights last night, 3 months in advance, which is unlike me. So what do you guys want to talk about? I had a new RSVP with this meetup.com group, and I was hoping that this guy would show up, but maybe I stood him up because I was 12 minutes late, something like that. Maybe I can show y'all a little bit of the surroundings. So there's a picture of Richard, and that was done by that guy who's been doing everybody's profile pics. And then this is an egg chair that I got. And then this big 2-seater couch, 3-seater couch. I can imagine 3 chicks on this. And that was, these things are available to me through the same people that I bought my other chair with, the one that I had held at my house. And then the mural behind everything says, "Fix the money, fix the world." And that was done by a childhood friend of mine who was always my competitor in art class. Thanks, Taurus. Says it looks dope. J Soul, join the Unplanned Travel Club. Hey, J Soul. Are you J Soul, are you in between places, or are you in permanent residency right now? The way I met J Soul was over in Twitter Spaces, and the biggest thing that I remember is him always talking about how he needs to move, and he just hadn't yet figured out exactly where he's going to go. Those Twitter Spaces, man. Because like when Twitter Spaces came out, it affected everybody differently. And some people like lived by Twitter Spaces. It was 100% of their time, their free time, their social time. Speaking of, I gained, some good relations because of the Twitter Spaces. It kind of like rounded out my life a little bit. Some areas that you think are missing in your life, maybe social experiences. But in the Twitter Spaces, some people are vultures. Everybody has their own objective. And this is something that I haven't really mapped out, but there are early Hexicans who got really fucking lucky, and they're trying to navigate a pit of vipers. J Soul's wondering now. I just passed a car that had a bumper sticker that just said "Wander" with the in the oval format instead of the designation of destination. This is where I've been. I did one of those things to a commune that I went to that I'm really familiar with, that I'm actually a investor in. It has a dictator. It's up in Montana. I call it a commune to just explain it to people, but I made them one of those oval stickers to put on the back of your car saying, "Hey, I've been here." So something that, because I don't have a topic, I'm just gonna like sort of like wade here a little while, see if the folks from the Austin area catch on. If not, I mean, there's instructions to go to this channel, but in case it is that they don't follow through, um, whatever. So, searching for a topic, I want to talk about hex postcards. If it is that you have any really good marketing experience, please make your way over to t.me/hex postcards. We need some help becoming masters of direct mail. And these are the words of Richard Hart. J Soul's headed south for the winter. So the plane tickets that I was looking up were closer to the equator. So I'm kind of like down with that. Also, I live in Texas, and some of the Hexicans are saying, hey, during the winter, I'm looking at coming to your place, which is quite interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to make plans for that. I need to make, I showed you guys this space. This needs to become a business and a referral somehow. You know, if anybody has any ideas, shoot them my way. I'm all about organizing groups or group organizing, getting things done together. I believe that wealth has come my way because of all the effort that I've put in prior to being involved with the Hexicans. So what I'm trying to say is bring what you can to the table, have patience, work with people, and at some point you'll figure out what piece of the pie is yours. And this is quite a bit different than the way that the rest of the world works. And for the way that it's different from the rest of the world, you must have faith in God and those sorts of things. Hey, Jay Soul, your dad says that you would be a good salesman. Does that include like so what about like still copy? What is it that your dad says that's salesman like of you? Is it that you can get on a friendly level with somebody? Or is it that you can evoke emotions from people? Are you able to be a salesman without being present in the room? J Soul, foot in his mouth, huh? So what kind of streamer am I with a fucking beer in my hand? Every time I sip this, things get worse and worse. So yeah, over in the Hex Postcards group, I have a lot of energy right now because I have studied marketing. I have listened to tons of marketing podcasts, and I've taken some of their advice and read some books. So I have this idea of how marketing it can work, and now I have the finances to go and enact those things. Lately, I've been putting just a little bit into Hex Postcards every once in a while to uh, start doing things inside that group that it is that I want to do. So I'm being selfish whenever it is that I send postcards out inside of Hex Postcards, because Hex Postcards, their goal is to reach the top 1 million zip residences inside of zip codes. So they're recognizing the highest income residences, and they're categorizing them based on zip codes and saying that these are the top 1 million residences zip codes. And then they're wanting to bombard those residences with postcards. But the language on the postcards needs to be poetry. It needs to connect to the people. It needs to sell them what they want, not what it is that we think that they need. I got that from one of the YouTube videos that we recently watched and shared publicly in the group. So, so how do we do this? We're having new people come to the group, and they're talking to us about just awesome new ways of looking at the things that we've been trying to push through. So we have been physically pushing shit through, and new people in the group are coming in and saying, hey, it would be a little bit better if you did it this way or that way. A little bit more fluff here and a little bit more grain here. All right, my friend's at the door. I'm going to go greet him. I'll be right back. Yeah, I walked, and I'm on a live stream right now also, so come join me.
We're live, folks.
I mean, I'm streaming by myself, and now you're joining me. And just
who's your audience?
Some folks in the Hex community. Yeah. Looks like Jay Soul is with us. Guy named Jay Soul.
Hey, everybody. We're having tacos.
Jay Soul, I think he lives on the East Coast.
East Coast, West Coast, style, police style. You want to know about me? Check police file. Dude, I got one of the tacos that you like. Maybe double decker thing.
Today I got a variety of tacos. Oh, wow. I got tons of, oh, goodness. I got another taco. Yeah, I got tons of salsas. I don't know why they put a taco in the bag. Typically, they put them in the box.
You got extra one?
So once again, meetup.com is the reason why I created this stream, because of all these people that are going through meetup.com in order to be introduced to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and possibly they'll find their way into NFTs, and I need to bring them out of that.
No new NFTs.
Ooh, I got Cheetos on my tacos. This actually doesn't smell that great.
Oh, the sour one. So hungry. Tacos. Here's mine. I got the street tacos.
All of them are the same?
No, I got 2 El Pastor and 1 of the tacos that you like.
Which are Papa's in a blanket.
Papa. No.
Sorry, I'm going to point the
your-
camera at you while you eat.
Got your 70s porn mustache going on.
Yeah, because I'm in the 70s porn attitude. Yeah, this Cheeto one had avocado. I've been going to this place for a while, and I've been getting the same 3 tacos. Or no, the same tacos times 3 every time I go. And now I'm like, I need to try this. I need to try the menu. So
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I need to get the one Davin gets. Try that out.
So everything except pork. Cheetos, yeah. Spicy Cheetos is what this thing has.
So you got one person on the screen right now?
See in the top left, it says that I've been live for 22 minutes, 23 minutes. Top left, there's a red thing.
Oh,
Okay, right next to it, it has a little eyeball and it says 3.
no.
So that's how many people are on YouTube. And then Jay Soul's interacting with us. Oh, Hex on air.
Mm-hmm.
One guy just told us that it's bedtime for him.
Oh, yeah.
So
You work?
he can't hang around because it'll just make him hungry. Well, hey man, just go raid the pantry. My mom taught me that.
What about rating the
He's over in Europe, so he it's late at night, and I just told him we'll just go get a snack.
Yeah, what else is on that Cheeto taco?
Avocado, flank steak, so fajita beef steak cuts, sour cream.
What's that one called?
Oh gosh, I think it's called Cheeto.
Cheeto.
So a funny thing about this restaurant, if you get a membership that costs maybe like $1,200, you can name a taco and create it, and they have to keep it on the menu for 3 months.
Huh. Is that the premium membership?
Yeah, I think so.
I saw that. I didn't even read all the benefits. I was like, T-shirt. Oh, okay.
Did you read the part where it says 1 taco per week? is free. So you're paying up front for like 50 tacos.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do anything like that. It's like a Burger King app, you know? What's the point?
Does Burger King have an app?
Yeah, there are all these fast food restaurants now. You go through the drive-thru, it says, get the app. It's like, if this isn't as fast as you can do it, then I'm not interested.
So they have an app probably just to, get their logo in front of your face more.
Well, say you order a couple of Whoppers ahead. Well, it's still, what, 2 minutes faster than what you normally get it? Fast food is pretty fast already, you know.
Hey everybody, if I'm smacking in the mic, please let me know. If it's just like terrible and intolerable. Besides that, I hope that you've had a great day. Have you had a good day?
Good day?
Yeah.
Yeah, today went pretty good.
Huh? Finbear, this taco is terrible. The Cheeto taco gets like it's tolerable. It's like a 3.5, 3.7 on like the good taco level. But as far as like edible, like I would rather sort of versus trash versus delicacy or whatever I think my favorite thing would be. This is just above average, you know.
Anything with Cheetos on it cheapens it.
It's supposed to do it in a fun way.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was somebody's concoction. I wonder how many people they have in that membership. Okay, what do you guys think? Can I make a Hex taco? Should I do this? A Hex.com taco.
What kind of taco would it be? Would it be extravagant?
A Hex taco would be a Hecko. So the Cheetos kind of got a little bit
I painted this
a little bit soft on the outside, just from being in the hot box with the taco.
This is a big old thing that is going over a swimming pool, and it's a
See that?
Swipe to the left, and you see it painted.
Excuse me. I swiped to the right and saw other things. Okay, cool. What I'm looking at is a shed roof where he's got 2 points of pressure on a cement slab with kind of a...
It's a cantilever type
It's an
overhead.
It's an interesting engineer of metal.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, it's visible. Yep. So it's over a swimming pool. So this swimming pool is on a TV show called About swimming pools.
That image really cleared up. It was good. These tacos are hitting me. Yeah, this guy's really good painter welder. What other things do you do?
Welding, painting, mechanics, and sandblasting. Pretty much covers everything. Pretty much do whatever you want when you have those skills.
Will you travel the world for work?
I can. Because that kind of,
There it
the type of skills I have, you can just do it anywhere. I also know how to do boat repair and fix them up. So pretty much go anywhere in the world and do boat repair. Tropical. You know, if you have carpenter skills or painting skills or anything like that, plumbing, you can pretty much go anywhere you want. Because those skills are needed everywhere.
J Soul, you say Hedron is more like a taco than Hex. Please explain that. But also explain Hex is more like a shepherd pie. I'm looking for Hex design right here in taco format. Let's deliver a taco and a taco name, and it's going to cost me like $1,200 or something like that. Either 1,200 or 2,000. I'm not sure which. But whatever the case, it'll be behind that counter for 3 to 4 months. People will see this Hex.com taco.
When I first saw Hex, I was thinking witchcraft and shit like that. I was like, why did they name it Hex?
And knowing me, you thought witchcraft and things like that, right? Because you're like, yeah,
No, just the name.
my friend over here,
Hex is a
he's a little bit monkish, right?
No, I didn't think you had anything involved in it. It just sounded like a weird name for a currency, cryptocurrency.
I've got a carne guisada taco. I've got a Texan that has some barbecue sauce in it somewhere.
It's got brisket and barbecue sauce.
It's got barbecue sauce. I don't know if it has brisket.
Barbecue sauce taco.
And then I think I'm going to eat this guy, which is a soft taco wrapped around a hard shell taco with some beef, and I'm not sure what else in it.
Man, I'm hungry.
You can't smell it yet. I don't know. You know, just let me pass this through.
I was way too hungry to show mine off. Wow. Good stuff.
Oh, wow, you're done?
I'll wolf it down. Don't eat your tacos right away. Somebody else will snatch them up.
Talk burglar. Hey, this is a side note. Finbear, what the fuck are you doing up right now? I saw a little bit of Thoth Child. Maybe like half of it. 45 minutes of it.
Of what?
Oh, I was telling Finbear, another community member that he streamed with earlier. I saw him. So, what's happening with the world, man?
Well,
Because, let's see. I saw that some guy in cryptocurrency died who was really high up.
There's ranks. Or you just have a lot of money.
He was a developer of something that could really formulate the future.
You don't know who it was? And what cryptocurrency
He wasn't.
it was?
He wasn't a popular guy amongst our community, but he created or was co-founder of DAO, stabilized coin. So like MakerDAO is the name of the project that he was co-founder with, and then he also did other things. But just recently he died. Canada, there was some rumor I saw on Twitter or something that Canada made all weapons illegal, like all guns. Let's see.
Well, there.
Alex Jones getting sued for almost $1 trillion, which is, or no, $1 billion, and that's just absolutely absurd.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to talk about being treated like a child, the government owes me a lot of money. Oh, I got an email just today, and I know that I've been like okaying or maybe not okaying PayPal new terms of agreement. But I got an email today from PayPal saying that the IRS and PayPal records don't match up, and so I need to clear that shit up. And I'm just thinking, like, what the fuck are you doing, PayPal, getting in between me and the IRS? Like, let me do my thing with the IRS, which I think it's just absolute bullshit. It's just that they want me to interact with it and okay it.
I mean, PayPal goes through your bank, so right.
PayPal doesn't have a direct connect to my bank. They have a direct connect to my credit cards, and they are a part of my income stream, maybe like $2,000 a year.
Well, they're hiring what, 80,000 new IRS agents or 150,000? What's going to happen?
Good night, Finbear.
What people are preparing for, and I need to figure out a way to prepare for this, and that is the digital dollar. So
somebody in our community made a post on Twitter earlier today saying that the digital dollar is just credits.
Well, it's a digital currency that they want to
vouchers is what I meant to say,
and switch everybody to without our fucking vote or opinion or anything else, and they're just going to do it. And
they do that through non-governmental organizations,
control over
NGOs.
money. Yeah, exactly. The IRS is like that. They're not really a government agency. It's a private bank.
Did you learn anything new whenever you went back to Kansas City recently?
I went to a really cool museum.
Awesome. Who goes to museums with you and your family?
Not really. Did a lot of praying and went to church with my mom. But got to see everybody. Got to see my family. So that was cool. It's been 2 years since I've been up there. And from what I understood, it rained here all week, so I wouldn't have done me a whole lot of good being here.
You say that because your current project is that that shed roof that we just looked at, right?
Oh, that was just a one-day thing for me today, just painting it. Yeah, we built that last week and then installed it and built it in the shop.
So how is it that order came through?
We work with a company that builds pools, and so we do all the metal work for them. and they build these real extravagant pools. And they have a TV show called Backyard or Dream Pools or something like that. I need to ask my boss again. Maybe we can pull up a video on YouTube or something, but I guess it's a History Channel TV show or something. A History Channel or one of those.
I bet, man. I bet that's pretty awesome.
One of those networks. And so this actual pool is going to be on this show. So it's kind of neat being a part of it.
So when you went to this museum, what did you experience there?
This was a museum based, it's called the Toy and Miniature Museum. It was in Kansas City, and that was just something I had to see. And so,
Yeah, because you're fond of replicas, right?
I've always liked miniatures my whole life. And so, scale models and whatnot. And whether it's whether it's just a model of something like a car or an airplane, or, first it was HO scale trains, and then I would do a big train setup where I would make it look, roads and little buildings and cars, and make like a creek, and just make a natural looking surroundings. So that was a lot of fun. But this this museum really had a lot of doll houses in it, and a lot of them were over 100 years old, and each one had a story. And the furniture in the doll houses are just unreal, and took a lot of photographs of that stuff. And so just seeing some of the craftsmanship that goes into the real fine miniature things that go into the doll houses is pretty extravagant. I mean, they had everything you can think of, from guns and swords and weapons cases and furniture and tea sets and chairs. I mean,
Is this like?
it's just some really neat stuff.
Is this to mark
So this is one of the biggest
1700 or
This was
1900.
a big dollhouse. It wasn't the biggest one in there, but this one was quite a big one. And it's a 4-story, 6-story dollhouse.
Let me grab that and show the camera.
So this dollhouse was in this museum, and it was pretty fascinating.
So
The scale.
what is that? Like
So here's
a Belgian type?
Here's a picture where I'm looking in the dollhouse, but it looks like a real bathroom. And it's just old school.
No, that's an actual toilet. So what is that supposed to be the
No, that's a
replica of?
That's a dollhouse. So this is in like 1/12 scale.
He's showing me this, but what I'm getting at is like, how is that? It's a replica of something that isn't historic.
Well, here I sent you this picture.
You got to show people.
So I sent Davin this picture, and this one is inside of a dollhouse. But what it is,
It's a classroom.
a classroom of a.
Music or studio or what?
It's a architecture classroom.
Yeah, it looks.
So in the classroom, they had little doll houses, and they had all these tools and everything. And this is what makes it so amazing is they would have a little toolbox, and look, you got all your squares and everything.
I see
And then
that square.
They got these tools. See a toolbox just full of tools? That thing is about this wide. It's just amazing, the detail.
He's showing me like basically the painter's box that he'll pull the pallets out of,
Yeah, it was just amazing.
and how
Some of
that
the-
thing's
some
only
of
a half an inch
Some of
long.
these were just really cool. Here's a really cool chair that I'm thinking about making. and it's
Oh,
just
my
two
goodness.
chairs that sit next to each other.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And face each other.
So this is
Basically face each other.
a chair that has an S back, so that on one side it sits facing one way, and on the other side it fits the other way, and then around the edges it has ornate, just like what I have here.
See, I had no idea.
So it'd be like an
that
English
they
home
went
or
to
something.
Such detail. This is a little spice cabinet, but look, there's my finger, and the spice cabinet is only this big.
The spice cabinet is only 2.5, 3 inches tall,
Oh no, it's 1 inch. but
1.5 inches tall,
Yeah, and so I mean, they built
and
it
it looks like
real cabinet, and it has
it looks like an armoire or
has a
something.
working lock and everything. And then it's got dovetails and the drawers and
Dovetails on the
it's
small
just
pieces of
incredible
wood.
how much detail they would put into building something like this.
Do they need to use only one type of wood because the grain, the sizes of the cuts that they're trying to do?
Some wood is a lot more effective or easier and better to use than others. Like this one, I think was made with cherry. And then I took a bunch of pictures of all of the furniture that was made just to.
Wow, he's showing me like wavy
These are just-
door,
these are just
Chester
really
drawer
incredible
fronts,
pieces, but it
wavy,
looks like
that
a
have
little dresser,
like varnish and
but it's just amazing.
a little bit of reflection on them,
This thing right here.
and a deep stain
This thing
color.
was just unreal. It's a model of a ship on a table, but it had.
He keeps putting his finger in the picture to show the size of the scale.
Yeah. So this thing was just amazing, and
A model of a ship that's the size of like 3 inches.
not even. It's like an inch long ship.
Oh, wow.
Just incredible. The detail that went into this carving with the that's Neptune, or it's the god of the sea, King Neptune. And the carving is just unreal. It's just magnificent
And
work.
was that out of ivory or something?
I think-
And then
I think
the rest
it
of it's out of
was
wood?
alabaster or ivory. Or, there's a couple of different things they made. With
Have you ever done any work with ivory yourself?
No, because pretty much illegal here. Here's one. This is a skeleton that was carved out of wood, and it was in really great detail. But that little skeleton, about this tall,
Yeah.
only about 3.5 inches tall, maybe, but exquisite detail. And well, I couldn't spend enough time in this place. And this is the smallest actual working
Oh, goodness.
timepiece.
Show the camera this.
So this is a Swiss piece where the
JSOL, we are not NFTs.
well, you can see
I'm gonna
my
need another
finger in the
beer
picture,
because of
but
that.
The way this
All right, look at
is-
his finger and look at that standing grandfather clock.
So the grandfather clock you can see, and then next to it is the actual timepiece where it actually functions.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's a functioning timepiece. It's the smallest in the world, made in Switzerland. But
Awesome. It's
um,
like
it's just incredible.
what is it?
It's smaller than my fingernail.
It's
It's just incredible. And so that was a neat museum. And then when I was driving back home,
as long as an eyelash,
There was
but broad.
there was another museum called the Toys and Figurine Museum, and that was in Oklahoma. And I wanted to. I didn't have time to stop, but I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make time to go to that museum. It's just a lovely place. It's all white. Yeah, you got the power now.
All right, how's my light change? Let's see. I slowed down on my tacos. We don't have any questions from Austin. J Soul's still with us. Thank you for that. Apple cider vinegar, man, that stuff, it's a bit different. Like you can't just like eat something and then be like, oh, I'm gonna wash it down with some apple cider vinegar to make myself more happy, more healthy tomorrow. You know?
What is he drinking that for?
I think he's talking about the times where we mention apple cider vinegar. It's passed through the community. But anyway, I think this is goodbye. Say bye, Travis.
So long, folks.
And we'll be here in Texas. If you're cool, come by Georgetown, Texas. That's where I'm located. You can contact me in a multiple amount of ways, but down here there is my Twitter handle, EcoBuilder. I can tell you all about Hex, and so this is a good time for me to tell you all about Hex. Hex is a token on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum blockchain is the number 2 crypto. So you've got Bitcoin and then Ethereum whenever we're talking about the market cap value. And Ethereum is a blockchain, just like Bitcoin is a blockchain. And what happened is this guy named Richard Hart, who is an entrepreneur, he has been a Bitcoiner from the beginning. He created a token by writing a contract and attaching it onto the Ethereum blockchain. He created this token that allows you to earn interest. So me and a bunch of other people have recognized, wow, we can earn interest and we don't have to do anything day by day. Instead, we just enact this thing. And then at some point we sever our ties and then tie back up, possibly, depending on how we feel. And so far, we've all been feeling good. And so this is what the power of cryptocurrency and the internet has done for this world. If you would like to get involved, like I say, you can contact me. But I think the best thing that you could do if you don't know anything about cryptocurrency is go over to richardhart.com and check out all the resources that are available there. And maybe the first video that you can watch is a video that's listed on there that has the Ukrainian colors, where it's just a light blue with yellow accent background glow. And it's where this Asian woman who grew up in the UK, I believe, is interviewing Richard Hart. And you kind of get like this down to earth feeling of who Richard Hart is. And I just thought that it was a really good interview, and it gives you a good view of that. Because how do you sum up a person's life, and how much do you really want to learn whenever it is that you have maybe financial ties into this person or these groups of people, this community? So I'm heavily financially tied. Travis here is not financially tied. He is he is a buddy of mine that I have gotten into crypto, but he's also navigating crypto as he wants to. And I'm a bit more bolder and earlier. And I just wanted to tell you like where it is that the two people in this room stand in crypto. And so that's a good route. The richardhart.com is a good route for you to learn more. Hex.com is the main website for the Hex token. And then you can look at these market cap websites and look up Hex.com and see how it's been running for 2.5 years, maybe 2 3/4 year now. On December 2nd of this year will be year 3. So yeah, it's even longer than 2 3/4. time just keeps on going by and new things happen in cryptocurrency, and they happen really, really fast while the rest of the world is a little bit slower. We call cryptocurrency finance 2.0. Are you involved in the new financial system? I'll let you find out how much exposure you need. Talk to you later. Thanks for being here. Peace. I gotta find my mouse.
No, I was checking my.
If you didn't hear that, he said he was checking his Tinder.
Dogecoin.
Travis checking his Doge. No, that's hilarious. Travis, have you, let's see, you don't have Robinhood app, right?
Robinhood?
Yeah.
What's that?
You don't have Coinbase either, right?
I think so.
Okay, so we got to the point of setting up Coinbase to where Travis could buy his own crypto instead of
Oh yeah, I got
him giving me cash or me paying him for services in crypto. So the true story is back during the Pulse Chain sacrifice, I told Travis, like, hey, you should buy some of this hex in this time period. And he said, cool, I got some money for that. So he sent me some money over PayPal, and I hooked him up with a wallet that I staked the hex, and then I also sacrificed about $20 to Pulse Chain sacrifice at that point. And that was like a week into Pulse Chain sacrifice, something like that, because I knew that I would be doing it myself. And it was a huge movement that was happening, revelation that was happening. So, yeah, I came back to town and I stopped by his place. We're still going.
We staked We staked $100 for a year.
Yeah, $100 for a year, $100 for 2 years,
3 years.
$100 for
But then
3
I
years.
lost my passwords and couldn't open it back up again.
He lost his seed
So
phrases.
Now that $300 is worth what? $30 right now. So we can go on my Staker app and see what it's worth.
So we use the Staker app to view his portfolio that he no longer has the seed words to. And it's gone from like 18 cents down to 4 cents.
$92 now.
So that $300 at the 18 cents went down to $90 at the 4 cents. And then also the Pulse Chain sacrifice that was about $20 worth at that time. So we're going to figure that out here in the coming future. When is it that the 1 year comes due?
I think it already has, because it's discussing right now my 2 year.
That makes sense, yeah, because we've already passed July.
You look at it and
That
tell
was-
me what you think.
No, I'm okay. If I go down to at the top, there's a little bar, and we can select overview, stakes, or achievements. And so we've got 2 upcoming and 1 that's already due. The one that's due is $26 worth.
How much?
$26 worth, and it's 92 days late. So 92 days ago, it became due.
What does that mean? Due to do something with it again?
It means it was time to unstake it.
Yeah.
So the initial principal that you brought in, the $100 worth of hex,
Yeah.
whatever that amount of hex was, it's time to unstake that hex and receive both it and the interest.
But it would be only $32 plus the interest, or what?
Oh, I'm sorry. Give it back to me.
2681 plus
20,
interest is 61 cents.
26.
No, negative 61 cents.
The $26 is its value if you unstaked it today with whatever interest you acquired.
Well, that's
So
not good.
so it's the total value. So I see that it was 600 hex tokens that you staked out. 600 tokens for about a year. And that devalued in price. And then also it's 92 days late. So
what if you don't unstake it? What do they do? You penalize you?
yeah, it's slowly eating away at the value of it. As the days tick on, it's slowly penalizing you every day. And I think it's 1% per week. So that means like, what is that? 10,
Do you think
11,
when they
12 weeks?
When they introduce the digital dollar,
So that's
do you
12% that's been eaten away.
think the price is gonna? You think the value of this is gonna skyrocket when they introduce the digital dollar?
I don't know. What do you think, J Soul? My understanding is 1% per week, and that makes it to where it's 2 years, it's gone. And I've had this struggle in my head because I was thinking initially it was just 2% per week, and that makes it to where everything's gone within a year. We wipe it all clean because we don't want any Satoshi Nakamoto's disappearing off this earth and leaving values locked up inside of our system and us not knowing whether they're ever going to return to put that back in action.
Yeah. So what happens to is Hex set up to where if somebody did have a whole bunch of Hex and they died, then it can be redistributed, or is it just stuck?
It gets eaten up and it gets divvied out to both the origin address and the stakers who are staked in the system. So at the same time that you're losing because of penalties, other stakers are winning. And then the same amount that they are winning is going over to another address to even out the system, because we have to have it. I don't know how to say this because it's not, you didn't ask me to say this, but in the hex system, we have to have an asymmetrical system so that the larger portion of that can't falter. So that's what I'm calling the OA in this instance. And so every time that you're penalized, half of your penalties go over to this address, this larger blob that keeps us going. And then half of them go over to the other stakers like myself. When you get penalized, I earn. I have not been late yet. I have been penalized. I have done early in stakes because, Travis, imagine this. You did have your seed phrases, the seed words to get into your account, and all of a sudden you wanted to pull some money out of that account. So you're able to early in stake.
Early intake.
That's what it's called. Emergency early in stake. And that's what makes Hex such an awesome system, is that it's code that makes people be responsible. They recognize whenever they're interacting with the code that they're going to be penalized if they take out early, and they're going to get the appropriate amount of interest if they leave it in.
Right.
Now, what that is on the open market, whenever it is that they get that back in their possession, what it's valued at is up in the air. And that's the predicament that we have right now,
What is he
where
saying
Travis
about
has
it?
lost his seed phrases, and
What is he-
he'll tell me that it was a wasted $300 because it's only worth $90 now. And what I would say is that keep playing this game, and the market will turn up, and exponentially, from what I've witnessed, exponentially, the value of each one of those hex units goes up, and all of a sudden, it looks like a whole lot more on the dollar value end. And then he would be up against the decision of like, okay, well, do I transfer this out? Do I put it off to the side? Do I buy more of this stuff, get more heavy involved after it duplicates? And this is why it is that we're trying, all of us hex influencers or YouTubers are trying to get out there, or the people who communicate hex trying to get out there right now and tell people, hey, you got to buy this stuff while it's cheap. Buy this stuff while people are poo-pooing it.
Yeah,
Well,
right now's the time for you to buy some more.
there we are.
So what was it? What was it a year ago, and what is it now?
It was 18 cents whenever I bought it
A year ago.
for you.
And what is it now?
4 cents.
Like 4 cents.
Mhm.
$300 can go a long way.
$300 can go a long way. Yes, definitely.
From the price it's at right now.
So I'm going to do $300 while he's searching for the stuff that he dropped on the floor because it's.
No, it's something else.
Oh, really?
There are people outside.
It's okay. So you just found something on my floor?
Oh, it's probably just from the bottom of a shoe. Just
Oh, okay.
there or something.
Let's see. $300 would buy how much 4-cent hex? It would buy 7,500. Now, at some point, this 7,500 has been worth 3,700 at one point.
Right. Like last year.
So just yeah,
Well,
just FYI, I've looked at these. I've been through market cycles enough to where I've looked at my hex and I've seen how like sometimes I'll pay for something or send something to another hexagon and see the dollar value. At the time, I'm rating everything on dollar value. So it's like, oh, I'm going to send this guy a donation for $500.
$20. Oh, right.
Right. And then so at one point, that was only 1,000 hex.
Right.
But
Now it's like
now you give somebody 1,000 hex and you're giving them like $40.
right. Well,
Yeah, $40.
as long as you're dealing with your known or familiar currency, say of value or service or commodity cost $50. You can pay them $50 worth of hex, right? Now, today, if you pay them $50 worth of hex, that hex value doesn't have the same value as it did a year ago. So it would be worth 4 times as much. So it's almost like, in my opinion, it's just like the cost of wood or other things that are in demand or not in demand. So I find it pretty fascinating that your piggy bank can expand or contract, you know. And that's the benefit of it. But had you, just like I did, had you invested in Hex, it's only gone down in the last year. So you
True.
wouldn't see any returns on it. And so anybody that has gotten into Hex in the last year, they're just seeing it go down in value. So I don't think you're going to see a whole lot of people getting excited about it right now, or at least if anybody that has checked into it in the last year, and especially people that have actually attempted to purchase Hex coin, because other coins have been doing well, but Hex is just slowly devalued in the past year. And so
Actually, other coins haven't done well.
yeah, I mean, all the cryptocurrency has just kind of reduced in value. And I don't even know, does anybody know why that's the case?
Well,
with the fear of both, I wouldn't say fear, but the knowledge that the U.S. government wants to create a fucking digital dollar, and we know damn well what that means. They're going to eliminate actual currency. So coins and paper money isn't going to be worth anything. Everything's going to have to go to digital. They want to do that so they can have control over your money. And they're going to do it. They're going to do it because that's the last part of control. The world government wants to control your money. And if they can do that, they have a limited amount of control right now with your money. But still, we have what's called the black market, and they want to eliminate the black market. They want to make it so I can't fucking pay you cash for you cutting my grass or something. They want to get involved, and they're going to blame it on drugs. Oh, well, drugs and guns and all that. But the thing is that you control somebody's money, you control them. So that's what the world government wants to do, and that's all coming from the World Economic Forum. And I think it's going to fail miserably, just like their COVID and shots and everything else, their campaign with that shit. I think it's going to fail miserably because most people, about 50% of people, aren't going to do it because not everybody has access to digital online access. You got a lot of old people, they don't want to mess with it. And so young people are all about it, of course. And they don't see the young people that would be excited about it, they don't see any danger in a digital dollar. The people who are older and they understand the implications of it, they know that it's all about absolute control. If they're controlling your money, then if you don't have the right opinion on social media, and this is where the social credit score thing comes in, because they're doing that in China and they want to do it here as well. And so your money and your bank accounts are all going to be digital. Everything you do online is going to be digital. Oh, you voted for Trump? Well, they're going to cut you off. You can't buy gasoline or you can't buy groceries anymore if you're not with the right political party. And we absolutely have to oppose it.
Jason, I think
Who's
Travis.
her?
I think Travis knows that the money printer.
Man, I don't even know what a savings account is, dude. I'm at the first time in my life where I actually have money to spend and money to do something with. I've lived my whole damn life paycheck to paycheck, and I would be lucky if I was doing that.
I think that's by your choice, though, right?
What does he mean by BRR? BURR? be easy. But
JSOL by Burr, do you mean money printer go Burr? As in they're just continuing to inflate our currency?
oh, of course. Well, inflation happens because they just keep printing money. It's not backed by gold or anything else, gold and silver. So the depression in the early part of the 19th century, in the early 1900s, 20th century, when the depression happened, that was a result of the Treasury Department taken over in 1914. And it didn't take them 15 years to break the entire nation. Everybody went poor and corrupt, and everybody went poor. I mean, there's a lot of poverty before that, but the money system failed because they developed the IRS. And that contributed in a huge way to the Great Depression. And it was called the Great Depression is because when the IRS took over and our currency was no longer backed by gold and silver, our country was fucked. And that's exactly what the worst part of it was, the Great Depression. It wasn't just because shit dried up. They tried to blame the weather on it, but really it was our monetary system that failed. And we're all screwed.
They tried to blame the weather.
Definitely. The global elite will blame anything other than.
So I think the reason for the slowdown of the crypto market is just like healthy growth. It was time for a pullback, and relative to all the other things in the world.
You say that as if somebody's got a lever and control, and it's like, oh, we need to slow this puppy down. It's not exactly how it works, is it? I mean, everybody and their dog who's investing in crypto would love to see any coin skyrocket in value, and if there was any way to control it, people would absolutely control it.
But people's attention is limited, so like things go on, things go off, things go on, things go off.
I really want something I can just invest in and just forget about it for a while, maybe in a year or two, have a look at it maybe, and appreciate my nest egg or whatever. But I want to just invest some money and forget about it. I don't want to have to like worry about it going up and down and then try to, work it like it's a stock market trade. Oh shit, we need to sell because it's high, and then right now we need to buy. But I don't know specifically all the details of when the U.S. government got their little grubby paws into the cryptocurrency market and exactly how that's affected it.
Well,
He said Bill Burr. He doesn't mean Bill Burr. I didn't get any answers.
we like to say that we're outside of manipulation in the Hex community. Like we still have to pay our gas prices to the native chain, which is Ethereum. You are at a bit of a downside. I don't know how to say this. You have seen me before Hex.
Gavin before and after Hex.
And so the reason why I say that is because, like,
Yeah, you didn't have a whole lot of shit going on, did you? You were into architecture more. You were thinking about your future though. That's all you had your nose in. What you're gonna do to make your future better.
so what I'm getting at is often people talk about like how entrepreneurs they can't sell to their friends and family that knew them prior to them having success because
What do you mean they can't sell? Can't sell them the idea.
because you know a little bit about the things that I did prior to Hex, and you've seen them not succeed as much as Hex has. And so you're able to sit
I
there and
think
say,
both.
oh, well, you know, this could be just another trial and error thing this guy is doing.
I think most people, a lot of people now, and mostly Texans, and I know people in Missouri are like this as well. And
Wonder if he's
that's-
going to whip out a business card.
No, I'm gonna whip out a toothpick.
Oh.
So the Missouri is known as the show me state. So I have even more of an attitude of, you know, especially when it comes to ideas that are supposed to grow or do anything for you in the future. It's like, do it first and then, or show me the proof that it works for you, and then I'll listen to you. Or, you know, it's more like, show me.
I think you've brought this up before.
I don't think so. Not this specific detail of that subject matter, which is, Yeah.
The show me type people.
but yeah, I mean, my attitude's like that more now than anything. You know, I got to see that shit to believe it. So, you know, it's like either show me proof or it didn't happen. You know, and so my attitude's even more enforced like that now. But see, crypto is a concept, and you really have to have a higher level of understanding broad systems, because currency in general and money, people don't understand how money actually works. I mean, most people just have a very simple concept. Oh, here's $1, and with that dollar, I can buy what I want. And so most people have a very simple, ignorant view of money. It's just a tool to get you what you want. And people are great at spending money, but they're not that great at making money. So you've got people that have skills. You got your blue collar people. They got skills. I mean, they're not the only people that got skills. You know, architecture, I wouldn't really throw that in there. It's considered a white collar job, but people that have skills that are needed, those people are staying busy and they're making an income. And most people don't share with you how they're getting a big old piece of the pie. And but when it comes to the understanding of what money is and how the history of money and how, you know, it was used in Rome, and what fiat currency is, and how money that's backed by gold and silver, how that affects the actual currency of the country. So once you have a broader understanding of how currency works, then something like cryptocurrency becomes appealing to you, because you understand that our money is just a fiat currency, and it's gonna experience inflation because it's not backed by gold or silver, which is really the only way to prevent a currency from being corrupted. What we're experiencing is the corruption of our currency, because it's not backed by gold or silver, and it's reproduced, and the banks are what's are allowed to do what's called compound earning or compound interest, where they can basically, because they're going to get paid,
They can package things.
they can loan you money that doesn't exist.
Oh yeah.
And so that contributes to inflation as well.
The whole 10% held reserves, right? That
How does
idea.
it work? Let's say I buy some real estate, okay, and I paid $10,000 for some land, and I build. How does this work? Really, on like real estate, for example, is for borrowing. They allow you to borrow money when all they really have is a promise to get paid from somebody else.
Mhm.
So they're lending you money that doesn't really exist. And then you have to pay it back. Of course, they're waiting
With
for the
interest.
payback with interest.
With
And that's
interest.
how they actually
even have it.
make money from nothing. And I don't know, it's called compound earnings, or I forgot what the term was that they use for that, but it corrupts our currency and it makes it worth less. So back to my original point, which was, unless you have a broader understanding of currency, it's not appealing, other than people look at it, the people that don't have a very broad sense of currency, they just look at it like a lottery ticket or a better way to save money, or it's just a real simple thing where they can put some money down and maybe make it bigger. But once you understand how currencies work and the history of currencies and the type of currency we have that's not worth anything really, and understanding the concept of the petrodollar, then I mean that's a broader understanding that not everybody has. I mean, I do what I can to contribute to it, but if I was to guess, there's only about 20% of the population that can even fathom that. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what the term fiat currency means. If I had 100 people in an audience and I say, the American dollar is a fiat currency, I'll be looking at each other,
What's
and maybe
fiat?
one or maybe 20 people out of that group, if any, are going to know what the hell that term actually means, where it's fake.
You got a lighter?
Meaning, it's only worth what we give it, the value we give it. These are all leaning sideways, dude.
Yeah, well,
Burn off that.
shit happens.
That's kind of cool. Almost looks like a memorial for him.
Thank you.
Dearly departed.
Oh. After Halloween, yeah.
Where's it? Oh, it must be. Oh, it's the screen that was flashing off. He looks like a pimp in that picture. And the diamond-studded hat. I'm gonna drop that shit.
Don't mess with it.
You got another telescope? Or is it over there?
Putting it on the other side of me. We're not gonna worry about this. We're not gonna worry about this. All right. So, how is it that people who are tradesmen like yourself would be interested in growing, putting money down and growing it?
Well, first you gotta be at a point where you can actually put some aside. I'm fortunate enough now that I can actually throw like $300 or even $1,000 down on some crypto if I wanted to.
Mhm.
To me, for me, my problem is just all the different fucking websites and how they're all connected and all the passwords. It's just too much shit for me to deal with. And so to me, I'm just lost in all these fucking different websites and all these concepts of like a MetaMask and, you know, I just want one fucking app that does everything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't necessarily want to have 10 different apps dealing with cryptocurrency and having to shift it or move it over here or use this site to manipulate it this way and use this app to manipulate it that way. To me, my biggest thing is it's just too much shit to get lost in. And so for me, it's personally, if it was more simple.
But you spend a lot of times arguing with the banks on your phone.
With the what?
With the banks, with
Arguing?
yeah, like trying to get money situated, put over here, put over there, transferred, bills paid.
I haven't had any problems at all. Really,
Okay.
in a long time.
All right. So
Because as far as my relationship just with my bank, Wells Fargo, for example, I've had a Wells Fargo account for 35 years. So it's streamlined to the point where I haven't had any problems really. I had one problem about 2-3 months ago where there was a charge and they had to cancel my card and send me a new debit card with a new number on it, and it was going to take 5 days or 3 days, and I couldn't afford to do that shit. And so for me, they wouldn't like take a charge off of my account and without getting rid of my debit card and changing the entire bank account. So for me, I was like, you're a fucking bank. Why can't you just do that? Why can't you just not pay this charge? This is a charge. I'm not paying it. It's not right. And they got to the bank's got to write you a new fucking debit account is what they got to do. They got to close that account and start your new one. But you got to wait 4 or 5 days for your debit card. I didn't have cash in my wallet or any other money to spend, so I couldn't go without my debit card for 4 or 5 days, and that wasn't an option for me. So I actually had to contact the retailer and actually did work it out with them where they took the charge off. And my bank wasn't even involved at that point. They just credited my account. So
Jay Soul just made a joke saying Wells Fargo accounting is top notch.
oh yeah.
So it's not that acquiring crypto is that hard or maintaining the seed phrases is that hard, even though, you had your hiccup. It's about creating a Coinbase account and having that username and password and them connected to your bank. It's that level of interaction and passwords that is terrible, right?
Well, this is a pretty simple concept of having a MetaMask or a crypto wallet. So if I have a crypto wallet and I can do everything out of there, I'm fine. But then if I have that, why do I need a Staker app? Staker app just looks like
You don't need the Staker app.
Right. It's just something that I can watch it.
Yeah.
Watch the money.
It's a portfolio.
And that's it.
Viewer. Yeah.
So I really don't need that.
But the Staker app also allows you to have a membership with them, but they would take a part of your fees.
What's that? Doxy Me. Is that a currency thing? Doxy Me?
I have no idea. And Dox is not a good.
Doxy Me. Free and secure telemedicine.
That's
It's
telemedicine. What the?
It's an app, I think.
I don't
my
need
phone
this.
Came on. That's
I did not turn him on to that. I don't know where he got
No,
that stuff.
I just saw it on my phone and I didn't know what it was. So.
Okay, so back to what is it that developers are lacking in the cryptocurrency space that could help out a normie like yourself? Because what you gave me was too many usernames and passwords, and I agree. It's not a one-stop shop, but you have to recognize what it is that you're doing. You're doing everything that your bank does. You're doing.
Oh, I'm sold on the idea, but what people.
It doesn't bend that way. Instead, it can only bend this way because look, here's. These boom arms are fucking annoying. They are the Yeti Blue boom arms. They don't bend this way that I'm bending them. Instead, they only bend the other way. And so they're supposed to be up above the level that you hold the mic, I believe. Now, Travis is going to attempt to mount it somewhere else, but I don't think he'll find a better place to mount it because I've already tried.
Well, it's designed to be up in the air like that, to go up to where you're at.
I thought it was designed to clip to my desk, mount to my desk.
Yeah, but why wouldn't it go different directions? I don't know. It's because it's spring loaded and it has to have a stopper, I guess.
It doesn't go different directions because it has a tendon inside there. But it never holds its position that I want it to.
All the mics I've seen like on TV, they're mounted like this.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Yeah, so I might mount it closer to the person.
So if you have it, that's why you have.
Travis lightens voids in my head.
If it's on a table like this, on the edge of the table, then you have the ability to move it like this.
Yeah. So I'll mount it right at the point where I want to talk.
Mount it like this.
That doesn't work very well. When it gets extended like that, it doesn't work very well.
That's how I've seen it. And see that, and it says
blue.
In a way you can read it. Here it's.
I don't know why they call them Yetis or Yeti Blue, but that's what I have. So what can we do?
We could put a piece of wood across here if you wanted to and mount it to that, or just scoot the marble.
I was thinking about a whole new piece of wood that sits underneath the marble, but this is what I did for the party, and then here soon I'll probably get new furniture, like build out a whole new thing instead.
If you put the drawer in there and mount it on the edge of the drawer, you can mount it this way.
I really don't think that the suspension holds like that.
You can move it out of the way.
Wait, no, it doesn't bend that way. That's the way it bends.
Yeah, it works this way also, but so it'll be vertical and then over to your face.
What?
Like that.
No. What he's suggesting will not work.
Right here.
That will not work. Nope. Nope.
So it's there, it goes up.
So there's little loosener and tightener there at the joint, at each like actual little elbow joint, and those don't hold. Whenever you tighten them up, they don't stiffen the amount that you want them to. But anyway, off that topic, off every fucking topic. We've been on long enough. Goodbye. Have a great night. Travis, do you have any like words of wisdom that you could shed on us? Better than buy low, sell high. And no women's stuff.
Don't really have any wisdom to share other than there's no such thing as aliens and God is real.
That's awesome. Will you blow out those candles that are behind you?
You ready to call it?
Calling it right now as you're doing that. Later, people.